Hi everyone, it's Carrie with My Friends Call Me Martha, and yes, I got that nickname from Martha Stewart. My friends joked that I was like her because I was always crafting or cooking or baking in the kitchen. So I'm here today. I want to show you a couple things. First is I haven't even opened the latest paper pumpkin kit that came for September, and I just wanted to let you know that if you're interested in joining for October, it is going to be the Season to Be Jolly kit. So I'm excited about that. I love our paper pumpkin kits. It's a great way to grow your stamp collection as well as your ink collection because they all come with an ink spot. Why is that very blurry? Okay, now it looks normal. And it's like getting a little present every month. Ooh. Why I'm trying to save a piece of tissue paper. All right, so this month it is Spooky Treats, and it looks like it's treat boxes. So it really does come chock full of everything you need. With your first kit, you will get a clear block from Stampin' Up so that you can stamp what you need to. It came with dimensionals, some black stars, some score and tape, and then it looks like a bunch of things to make treat boxes. And this has like spider webs on it. These are black and orange. And then it comes with some die cuts. All kinds of, oh my god, how cute are these little ghosts, which match the ones in the stamp set too, so that's cute. And this chipboard that comes in here, I save it and I actually make bookmarks and post-it note holders. And when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin through me, I do give a tutorial that I do with 3 other demonstrators to give you different ideas for using your kit to make other cards, sometimes a scrapbook page. So that is a bonus. All right, so today I really am here to make a card. We're going to be using the Cottage Rose Suite, the stamp set, as well as the coordinating die cuts. And I did a Crisscross card, they call it. And then in here is where you can, I haven't stamped this yet, but it probably would be nice to stamp something along the bottom edge and then you can write your note. So I think it's adorable. So let's get started. This is the host code for September. If you are interested in placing an order, the code is EPTRZYJV. And if you like this video, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. I am just approaching 400 subscribers, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so our measurements, we are going to take a 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I've already cut it in half along the long side so that these two pieces are 4.25 by 11 inches, and then I've scored them at 5.5. Now the tricky part of this is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer makes this like super easy to do this. What you want to do is line up your score line from the 5.5 along your cutting track, and then you also want to get this corner also. I'm kind of out of the view here. Let me see if I can scoot this up a little bit so you guys can see. So again, corner to that score line, and we want to cut it to make that crisscross pattern. A trick is also to start with your cutting blade in the middle versus at the tip, because it does have the tendency that it could start to curl. You're not going to need this piece, but you can see here this is starting to come together as you crisscross. So we're going to do the same with this one. It's hard with kind of this neutral color to see the score line, but again, I'm going to line it up in the middle of my cutting track. Now put that one in, just double check. Like I said, I'm going to start with my blade kind of in the middle. And then you won't need that triangle either, but you can use those for sentiment strips. All right, so now we're done for a moment with that. So you can kind of see here how you get your crisscross. So I am going to use my Stampin' seal to put the two rectangle pieces together. And kind of one of the easy ways I find is to just go to this crease and make sure you're kind of straight. I think I got it. Pretty good, although you can see a little bit of my tape, so I'm just gonna kind of rub that off. Okay. So now we want to make our designer series paper fit these flaps. So I am going to make it a 1/4 inch smaller, kind of like you do your first layer of a card. So that would be 4, make sure I did that, 4 by 5 1/4. And again, we're going to line these up and we're going to cut them on the diagonal. However, I need to make sure that when I cut my piece, all right, so that one's going to fit there. Perfect. So you kind of, I don't know how to explain it any other way except to bring my paper over and kind of make sure that I'm going to get the right shape for my card. I suppose if you were like really good with geometry, this would be like a very easy card for you to make. Okay, so now I'm just going to line this up on here. Okay, and then I'm going to do score and tape along the bottom edge, because we want to make sure that the card does not fall out the bottom. Okay, now for my other half of the triangle, like you can see here, see how like it's not going to match up? So I'd have to use the other side, but I kind of want to do a different pattern like I did the other sample. So I want this one. So now if I want that to fit on here, I need to cut it from this point to this point. So if you're watching this video, feel free to like, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm going to start cutting in the middle because sometimes that blade will kind of curl that paper, especially with your patterned paper where it's a little more delicate. Okay, and then you know what? We are done with our trimmer for now. So it's kind of a little bit of more thinking that's involved with making a card like this, but I think it's really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to peel back my layer of the scoring tape, and I'm going to fold this side down and then this side down. Really doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, so now we have our little pocket. And our inside layer is, did I write it down? 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. And for this, I do think I want to decorate it a little bit. And I think I'm going to just use the leaves. And I'm going to use soft succulent. It's kind of like my favorite color to use with this palette. And I think I'm just going to put them down here on that one side. And while we're here, I'm going to stamp my sentiment strip if I can find it. And this says Friends Forever. I'm gonna try one more time. My D was a little bit off. Well, it's gonna stay that way. So I'm gonna trim off the excess. And then I like to use a banner punch. This is probably my most used. Oops, I used the wrong side. Oh, that's kind of fun though. You know what? I never use this side. I always use your traditional banner, but let's be different today. That's kind of fun. I actually like it better than I thought. I don't even think I've ever used that side. All right. And I am going to make a double bow. These paper snips are getting dull. I think I've cut too many. You're supposed to keep one pair of scissors for your paper and one for your ribbon, and I mingle the two. Okay, so I got a little bow. I'm going to use a small glue dot. And I'm going to put that on there. Okay, I think we're done with our ink for that piece. Now, I also used, you'll see here, I used this new, oh gosh, what's it called? Alphabet. I don't know. It comes with a stamp set that has like all your letters and numbers. So I actually used it a little bit when I was scrapbooking last weekend. It's great for, like, I was adding the years to the pages. And then I just had a little button left over from something. Can't remember exactly what. So I put that on with a glue dot, and then I'm going to also stick this onto that card. Like that. Okay. So then all we have left to do is our flower. So for that, I am going to use Memento black ink so that we can use our alcohol blends markers to color this in. And I do like to kind of stamp it like that. When it's a bigger stamp, it just makes it a little bit easier since they are kind of heavy once a big stamp like this is on a clear block. And I like to cut it out first and then color. And for lining this up, you just want to kind of make sure you have even spaces. Like, you don't want to see too much white around the edge. You want to get as close to your image as you can. And then this is a great time to use washi tape so that it stays where you want it to stay while you die cut it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go die cut this. All right, and you can see it cuts it out nice. And you just want to still be gentle with your washi tape so it doesn't pull off any cardstock. And I always have that handy. Okay. So for the flower, actually, this is one of the skin tones. I actually don't even have petal pink, which is what this pink is here, but this color that is supposed to be a skin tone worked fairly well. And I'm simply gonna color like I'm a preschooler. I'm not gonna do any crazy shading. I'm gonna attempt that with my leaves. Sorry, it's hard to talk and color. I don't know why. I can't do two things at once. And then I'm bringing in the soft succulent. So this is the lighter shade of it, and this is the soft succulent dark. So with the dark, I'm gonna kind of follow the lines of the leaves. Oh, I hate that noise. That's why I use the fat end of the marker usually, but so this is just to give a little bit of interest. Make it look a little bit fancy, if that's possible. Okay, and now I'm gonna come in with my light, which you guys, you can kind of see that my dark lines are still there. There's also a color lifter marker if you wanted to kind of pull some of your color away. I just feel like nobody looks that closely at this, and normally I would never color. If anybody knows me, knows I hate to color. All right. So you could use like Wink of Stella on this if you wanted to add a little bit of something. And you will notice, like, when you do color with marker, it does like bleed through. It doesn't bleed through onto my tabletop here, but it does bleed through the cardstock. So I usually try to, like, I wouldn't put it on something where you would end up seeing the back, is my point. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a few dimensionals here so that it's popped up. All of us demonstrators in the Stampin' Up! World love to use dimensionals. It's probably our favorite adhesive, if you will. It's just so cool how it does that. Okay, and then our sentiment. So the sentiment, I'm going to put glue on this half of it and then a dimensional on this half, since this is half raised up. Okay. And there you have it. And I might add some little rhinestones or rustic dots. What can I find over here at my fingertips? Oh wait, you know what? I pulled out these. I forgot. Okay. I'll put one on there. I think I'm gonna put over here a big one and then a small one. So there you have it. The only thing I didn't think about with this is if it's going to fit in an envelope. Let's see. Yeah, so it's not going to quite fit in an envelope. So this might be one of those cards that I kind of put inside like a gift bag for somebody. Or I do have some clear envelopes, which it might fit in that. So that's the only thing I really didn't think through. Yeah, it doesn't even fit in that. So yeah, that would be a card that you just kind of put inside a gift bag. So there you have it, you know, a couple different versions with the different color papers. And again, this is the Cottage Rose bundle from Stampin' Up! I thank you very much for tuning in and would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. Take care.